I lost my hair in 2020. Here's how I grew it back.
What works best for hair loss? Keratin treatments? Minoxidil? Biotin supplements? I think not. Most doctors go straight for the minoxidil and biotin supplement combo, not taking into consideration that it will not do a thing to fix the root cause of hair loss. And sure, you might trigger some growth with minoxidil, but as soon as you stop using it, your hair will go back to its previous state. In fact, minoxidil causes more harm than good, like extreme itchiness and inflammation. And in more severe cases, you can even experience mood swings and nausea. These are side effects that should have no part in your hair growth journey. And don't get me started on biotin supplements. That biotin you take will never even reach the scalp. So not only are you taking medication that comes with a ton of risky side effects with a temporary benefit, but you're also wasting money on supplements that promise to maintain those results. It's a lose-lose situation. Why? Because like I said earlier, they're not treating the root cause of hair loss at all. Most of these so-called hair growth products do nothing but mask the underlying issue rather than treating it at its core. I know. It's hard to believe after being fed all this misinformation for years, but trust me, that's why I made it my mission to create a solution for hair loss that actually works. I will guide you through all the proof and show you exactly how thousands are reviving their hair today. Whether you have straight or curly hair, if you dye your hair or keep it natural, or even if you are 18 going on 80, I'm confident this 30-second solution will do the job of restoring that beautiful, luscious hair we all deserve. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Grace Anderson, and for the past 11 years, I have been helping thousands of people bring their hair back to life. I'm happy to say that I have worked with women who have suffered from all sorts of hair loss. You name it, I've seen it. Whether it be alopecia, stress, menopause, or even extensions that were the cause, I can honestly say I have experience in treating it all. Time and time again, these women have put their trust in me to deliver them the results they deserve, and I've delivered. If you are listening in today, I know exactly what you are going through. I know the pain and suffering hair loss can cause in life, but before I became an expert 11 years ago, I didn't know what I know now. See, back then, my sister was losing heaps of hair, and fast. I'm talking a drain clogging worthy amounts. It was absolutely devastating. Through close examination, we found that she indeed did suffer from androgenic alopecia. And if you aren't familiar with what that is, it's a genetic condition that causes severe hair loss in women. I was shocked, to say the least. All our lives, she had the type of hair other women envied. Heck, I had good hair as well, but it wasn't nearly as nice as hers. Geez, did alopecia take a toll on her? Her hair was thinning at a rapid rate. She was starting to bald around her temples, and her new hairline now forced her to make baseball caps a part of her daily wardrobe. As a dermatologist, I tried every solution that I could possibly think of. At first, we gave minoxidil a go. A few weeks in, and we decided to cross that off the list after some serious nausea. Next on the list was the infamous biotin supplements. Now this one took a while. We gave it a try for just over 23 weeks. And to my surprise, it didn't work a single bit. Her hair was still thinning and shedding like crazy. All these so-called top-of-the-line treatments were completely useless. I was starting to feel defeated. Was my sister going to have to live like this for the rest of her life? I'm a dermatologist, for Christ's sake. If anyone should be able to help her, it's me. So I did what any good sister and doctor would do. I had my receptionist cancel my appointments for the week. I was on a mission to get to the bottom of my sister's hair loss and end her misery. I started tearing through books and scientific research, study after study, book after book, and finally, after countless hours of grueling research, I stumbled across something that changed everything. In fact, it not only changed my life, but also the lives of thousands around the world. Let me explain. Our hair follicles depend on blood flow to thrive. Happy and healthy follicles can grow up to 6 inches yearly with minimal shedding. Now, when follicles don't get the adequate blood flow and nutrients they need, that's when the problems begin. And of course, genetics play a big role in our hair's fate. For example, my sister's alopecia was unfortunately inevitable. The way alopecia does its damage is that it causes a severe drop in estrogen, the hormone that keeps our hair full and thick. In turn, this causes a huge spike in DHT, aka the hair-killing hormone that stops blood flow to the scalp. So once DHT takes control, good luck. This is the beginning of the end. It wreaks absolute havoc on the follicles, shrinking them by up to 50%, making it almost impossible for new hair to grow. See, as I mentioned earlier, blood flow is the key to a healthy head of hair. Without a steady blood flow, our hair can't receive all the much-needed nutrients and oxygen it needs to thrive. Shrunken follicles and constricted blood vessels are a big no-no for hair health. Not only will the follicles shed the hair when DHT is in play, but the overall quality of hair will become brittle and lackluster quickly. All the qualities we want to avoid at all costs for our hair. But if this were to happen, no supplement, treatment, or medication can bring your hair back to its former glory. Sure, you might get some growth, but the health and quality will never be the same. After I realized this, the answer became as clear as day. In order to reverse hair loss and grow thicker, fuller, healthier hair, we need to treat it at the source. This came down to 3 things. Number 1, the hair needs to be hydrated and protected at all costs. Number 2, there must be a strong foundation of follicles to have the proper building blocks for beautiful, luscious hair. And number 3, we have to manipulate our scalp to keep blood flow as high as possible while blocking DHT from doing its damage. This is the foundation I knew would change the lives of thousands, if not millions. So, once again, as any good sister and dermatologist would, I got straight to work on developing a formula that actually treats hair loss, not just masks it. After exploring hundreds of ingredients, one superstar ingredient stood out from the bunch to keep the hair hydrated like never before. That ingredient was castor oil, an oil rich in fatty acids that will not only hydrate the scalp, but reduce inflammation as well. As I am sure you can imagine, an irritated scalp is not the best environment for hair to blossom. When hair follicles are shrunken and inflamed, it can cause severe itchiness and flakiness that can turn your world upside down. Believe me, you want no part of that. This addition provides the ultimate hydration to create the perfect conditions for hair to prosper like never before. You can also kiss those split ends goodbye, as this oil will provide the utmost protection to those precious strands. Now that I finalized an ingredient for hydration and protection, it was time to start the hunt for the next powerhouse addition. An ingredient that could not only stimulate better blood flow, but also block DHT at the same time. I know, sounds crazy. How can a natural ingredient be able to do such a thing? Well, you'll be surprised to hear this secret ingredient is none other than America's favorite, caffeine. That's right, concentrated caffeine extract works wonders for the scalp. It accelerates growth, keeps the hair in the growth stage, and even blocks DHT from working its magic. All this results in longer, stronger, and quicker growing hair, while also significantly cutting down shedding. I mean, what more can you ask for? Now that we have 2 powerhouse ingredients that increase blood flow and also provide hydration, we need something to strengthen and thicken our hair, something that would build the proper foundation. Now this is a tricky one because the ingredient we circled in on is misused 99% of the time. I'd even argue it's misunderstood. That ingredient is none other than biotin. But believe me, chances are you haven't used it the way we have developed to put it to use. You see, as I mentioned before, supplements will never be enough to reverse hair loss. Why? Because our follicles require specialized treatment, and unfortunately, most of the time supplements just can't provide that. See, many people take these biotin hair growth supplements in hopes that they will restore their hair, when the truth is, it's a total scam. Snake oil even. Those over-the-counter biotin pills or gummies that promise the world will never actually be prioritized by our bodies to make their way up to the follicle itself. I mean, it makes complete sense. Do you really think your body will prioritize sending biotin, otherwise known as vitamin B7, to the scalp when places like the kidney, heart, and liver need it? I don't think so. The only way to fuel our scalp with all it needs is with direct application to the scalp, and that's where we did it differently, taking the biotin and applying it right where we need it most, our balding and thinning scalps. Realistically, without biotin, our hair can never reach its full potential. It makes keratin, the protein that makes up 95% of our hair. It's what's solely responsible for strengthening the follicles and making them more resilient against breakage. This in turn fuels hair growth, fullness, and thickness. I knew I struck gold with this one. 3 all-star natural ingredients packed in one bottle that actually cures hair loss as a whole. But before I show you what I like to call the holy grail of hair care, let me tell you what happened to my sister when she started using this hair-nourishing treatment from the comfort of her home. Within the first 4 weeks, her shedding miraculously slowed down. You can imagine what a relief that was. By week 8, the bald spots around her temples were starting to fill in with baby hairs, and by week 12, that parting hairline that required a hat to cover up had filled in. Her confidence had been restored. Her hair now was shinier and softer than it had been in years, even decades. If you were to see her today, you'd never know the tough times she endured due to that god-awful disease, alopecia. I'm telling you, her hair looks so good that some swear it's a wig. It was a complete success. My duty had been completed, and now that I saw the results with my sister's hair, it didn't feel right keeping this miracle to myself. I wanted to share it with as many people as I possibly could, because I knew it could completely change their lives. After many trials, small tweaks to the formula, and carefully sourcing top ingredients, women around the world can can now use a clinically tested and proven formula to stop hair loss once and for all. We named it the Hair Helper Spray by Tribello. Just take a look at what this hair strengthening spray has been able to do for women firsthand.
My hair at night, and I apply the spray on the areas that need some more growth. And the difference in my hair now versus 3 months ago is sincerely night and day.
I was shedding for unknown reasons. Stress, bad eating habits, who knows? I just knew that it had to stop. I'd been seeing this product on Instagram for months and I thought, what the heck? Even if it doesn't work, I'm only out $50. Well, I've got to tell you, after 4 months of using this product consistently, I'm growing hair back in spots that I haven't seen it grow in years.
My hairbrushes were full of hair and then my drains were literally clogging because my hair was falling out in clumps. So I started using this and I have to say that my hair is thicker, it is healthier. I don't even have buildup like I used to before because it keeps my hair it keeps my hair healthy. If I could say anything, this has changed my life because I'm more confident now and I don't mind going to the hairdresser because I'm able to get my hair combed, and I don't mind cutting off a couple inches now because before I was scared to cut my hair because I'm like, what am I gonna do if all my hair is gone?
Wondering if this
You now may be wondering where you can get this miracle spray. Because we only want top-notch ingredients in our formula, our spray currently runs you about $79 or $95, but right now we have the Hair Helper Spray on our website for 40% off. Yes, you heard that right. We have a first-time customer deal when you order now through this presentation. I know you care about fighting hair loss. That's why I've asked our team to dramatically lower the cost of the Hair Helper for a short time. I want every woman suffering through any form of hair loss to find the solution they've been desperately seeking. Not only that, but I want every woman to feel beautiful, radiant, and confident again. I recommend using 120 days to not only see the full results, but to completely transform your scalp health and make sure that your new healthy strands are here to stay. Now you may be wondering how you use this, and you'll be pleased to hear how simple using the Hair Helper is. Simply part your hair and spray it on the scalp, lightly massaging it in. You can leave it on overnight and rinse it the next morning, or if you're on the go like me, apply it in the morning and style go. You can rinse it later on if you wish. Heck, if you want to use it twice a day for faster results, go for it. It is fully compatible with all existing hair routines and products out there. However, like anything else, consistency is key. We recommend using the spray daily to see how much of a difference just 3 to 4 weeks make. The Hair Helper comes with a 120-day growth guarantee. That means you can use the entire bottle, and if you don't see hair that's thicker and longer, we will refund your money. No questions asked. We are beyond confident that our Hair Helper will work wonders for you, and we can't wait to hear about your transformation. If you ever have a doubt or just need some help, you can email or DM our 24/7 customer support team. So click the link below and reserve a Bello Hair Helper Spray before stock runs out. This special discount is only available on this link.